everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and before we jump into that real quick, I am sponsored by Wizards of the Coast today with an exclusive preview here with Blood Beckoning. So this is my first exclusive preview. It's a common. It's not an amazing card necessarily, but it does give us a little bit of insight into what ZENDIKAR Rising is, and that's exciting, and I'm just glad that I get my first exclusive preview here. And so here it is, Blood Beckoning, 1 mana sorcery with Kicker. And I built an entire Kicker deck here behind this to kind of showcase at least what Kicker is for those people that don't know, haven't really seen it. Also showing that we have Kicker in the past here with from Dominaria, all that kind of stuff. And so really excited to be jumping into that. Again, Blood Beckoning sorcery, it has Kicker of 3. So you return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So it's the basic 1 mana, return it to your hand type thing. If the spell is kicked, instead return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So this is a good draft card. It's a good limited card. Like being able to have 1 card get you 2 cards is pretty nice. The fact that it's a little bit more versatile, being able to have those kinds of options on cards makes them better than just the typical 1 mana get a card from your graveyard to hand, which has been around for forever. So I don't expect to see any constructed play, but it is pretty cool that we do at least get to know that there is Kicker coming back. That is something that's going to be in ZENDIKAR Rising, and that's exciting to know. I'm sure there's a bunch of other mechanics that we'll be finding out as this goes along. I decided to go ahead and then spend the rest of this video showcasing some of the other things that we have going on in historic that we have with Kicker. So this is all from Dominaria, and this is a card I've been trying to make work for forever, and I really hope that with new Kicker cards coming out that we may be able to have a little bit better early game Kicker plan to kind of make this work. We did get a few things from Jumpstart, from the anthologies that kind of help out a little bit, but we're going to see. So Halar the Fire Fletcher, 3 mana, 3/3 trample. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then it deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters to each opponent. So there's a few different ways that we can go about doing this. In fact, I just realized that we could also bring in things like the Ozolith with this deck to kind of like have some options, maybe go up the Untamed Kavu. I'm just going to rebuild this deck right now because I just realized that there's some pretty fun different synergies that we can be going for with this, with just the counters putting onto stuff. Yeah, so Ozolith would be pretty good in here. Basically, the idea of this is to try to kick as many times as you can while Halar is on the battlefield to then get in some damage while still just doing good things with kickers. The other good kicker cards that we have are things like Shivan Fire, which can deal damage to opponents as we're going along. If you pay, so 1 mana, deal 2 damage to any creature at instant speed. If it's kicked and you pay 4 mana instead, or 5 mana instead, then you can deal 4 damage instead. So that's how Kicker works. Basically, it's 1 mana. If I decide to kick it, then I will pay additional 4 mana, and then I get the extra effect, which is 4 damage instead. That's how Kicker works for those people that haven't seen it before, don't really know. Same type of thing with Untamed Kavu, 2 mana, it's Vigilant Trample, which isn't amazing, but all of a sudden if we spend 5 mana, it becomes a 5, it enters with 3 +1/+1 counters onto it, and it becomes a 5/5 with Vigilance and Trample, which isn't amazing for 5 mana, but the fact that it's versatile, that you can do other things with it actually makes it pretty busted. And I was just thinking, Ozolith with this kind of thing works out pretty well, where if we do have counters onto this, or if we have our lands die that have counters onto them with Ozolith, we end up having a bunch of counters, maybe get Halar onto the battlefield, get a bunch of counters onto it once we go to combat, kick something, and then deal like 9 points of damage to their face at some point. I didn't build this initially with the plan of having a bunch of +1/+1 counters. Let's go ahead and just go through what cards are kicked here. So the different things that we can find with +1/+1 counters that we can have into this as well. There is the bug. No, that one doesn't gain it as well. The other thing to bring in would be the Baloth Gorger. It enters with more counters if you have it. You can also do Grunt. I don't think those ones are quite as powerful here overall. Maybe Wild Onslaught to put some counters onto it. I think that what we have in the deck actually is good here. Sorry, I know I just changed up the deck as we were going along here, but that's what you can do when you're making videos for yourself. Other stuff that we can do, so the basic idea I had initially with this deck is just try to go for as much ramp as possible, so then I can kick a lot more things as we go along. Grow from the Ashes, let's just get 2 lands out of library for 2, which is pretty nice. They put it onto the battlefield, which is just great. I don't think that yeah, I don't think you put them into the battlefield tapped either. This just puts them onto the battlefield, so you can end up for 5 mana getting 2 lands untapped, which is pretty sweet stuff. Territorial Allosaurus, fights creatures when it enters the battlefield if we kick it. Varric's Bladewing creates 2 dragons when we kick it. Goblin Rune Blaster lets us destroy some lands. Fight with Fire, just a good removal spell, but if we kick it for, what is it, 9 mana altogether, then it becomes 10 damage to their face if we want to, or 10 damage divided among any creatures as we choose. So there's just a bunch of fun stuff with this. Nissa on the top end here to make sure that we can actually hit the ramp that we need to be able to do big things like Fight with Fire, try to hit more like multiple kicker things on the same turn with Halar. And that's basically the deck. So let's go ahead and just jump into the gameplay, see how this does for us. I definitely expect this to be a little bit more of a janky type of deck, and I'm hoping that it can become a better deck as we get more stuff from ZENDIKAR Rising that has good kicker stuff. And so as you guys are seeing spoilers come out, all that kind of stuff, maybe be looking back towards this type of deck, some cards like Halar the Fire Fletcher, because it could end up being pretty good. It wasn't necessarily in the past, but I hope that it can be. And we'll see how this deck does for us now this time. So here we go. Don't worry, anybody. He's back. He's back. It's all good. He's back. All right. Keep this. Kavu, Grow from the Ashes. Ramp up to Nissa. Hopefully it's good enough. I feel like I've said that so many times with this deck. You know, I typically try to play more impressive decks or try to turn janky things into good decks. Which I don't think that this is completely awful terrible. I know a lot of people in comments like, oh my gosh, this is the most terrible deck I've ever seen in the world. It's like, yeah, I know. It's fun. That's what matters. We do have Nissa coming out turn 4. That's nice at least. Grow from the Ashes. And grab another forest. Swing in. Pass the turn. New perspectives. 7 cards. And they proceed to win. Yay. Actually, I do think that they have to have that they have to actually close out the game on the next turn. Okay. Alright, well, go Nissa. We actually get pretty close to... So we win on the next turn here. With Fight with Fire. I guess I should have used Mountain there so that I could double up and on the next turn. That's fine. New Perspectives, again, draws 3 more cards. 2 lands on the battlefield. I don't know how they actually win here. Drana Stinger is a way to do that. Untaps Lotus Field. So now they have the mana, do other things, like a second Drana Stinger. Alright, so this should be able to win now. They get to take lands out of the library by doing this. They get to cycle everything for free. Basically guaranteed to hit creatures consistently. There is a small shot that we don't. Without this Drana Stingers, I'm trying to think, like, if they do fizzle somehow and they only hit lands from like here on out, then we Fight with Fire, swing in. Oh, we got it. I think we got it. Okay, pay 2. How much mana do we need actually? So 1, 2, so 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need to get for the hit first and use this one. If they block one of them, I think we're dead. This is a little bit sketchy. All right, go for the hit. Stomping Grounds, swing in, all attack. They let it all through. Yes, we got there. Fight with Fire, with the kicker. Target your face. Submit 1, 10. Tenya, we Tenya. Yes! Oh, that was amazing. Yes. All right. All right. It's all good. We gotta win. Oh, that was good. All right, up against the Kiefer, and we'll keep this Llanowar Elves, have the Shivan Fire. They're on the play, so we decide if we want to like kill something first. We're not necessarily ramping amazingly quick here anyway. And Llanowar ends up probably dying here. If it doesn't, it's worth it. Pass the turn. Goblin Instigator. Alright, Gobos are coming. Shivan Fire, what would Shivan Fire hit? Skirk Prospector could be pretty nice. I think I'd rather get Ramp and have the chance of it becoming a little bit better. So no attacks past the turn. Like we can hit Chieftain, which would have been nice. And there it is. She blows. I could double block. Alright, so no blocks. Take it. Alright, bring out a 5/5 just as a blocker. Let's pass the turn. Franco would be terrible. That's where we kill. We got the Matron. Alright, let's go ahead and Shivan Fire. They can actually go for Skirk Prospector here too. Maybe I should have waited to see what they hit first. Muxus, okay. Keep the ramp going. Pass the turn. Muxus is gonna hit soon. But just snoop. Okay. Fight the Goblin. Alright, now they have 6 mana. Guaranteed. We have a Nissa. Nissa's not the worst. Sheltered Thicket is also a forest, right? So I can fight with fire now and hit the snoop. I think just more blockers is better. We just hope that Muxus doesn't do much here. That's the dream. We know there's one land. How bad is it? I didn't see. Skirk Prospectors. Alright. That's not the worst for sure. Flame Sweep or something like that would be nice right about now. We also have Nissa, so if Nissa survives for 2 turns, we do get we just do 10 with Fight with Fire twice in a row. So I mean, there is that chance that just works for us. Goblin Chieftain with the haste. Oh no! It gets a swing with the Muxus. Okay, they're pretty close to lethal here. All right, so Fight with Fire actually gets to do a few different things for us. So I just want to make sure you have enough mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd be able to untap and keep more blockers. Alright, so we block like this. We block 1 Llanowar for the Muxus. We kill Prospector, Prospector. You know what, we're going to kill it on the next turn anyway. Kill the Snoop. Go like that. Alright. Make a bunch. So I almost forgot about it. Fight with Fire can also just kill creatures like Crazy Pants. And we like killing Crazy Pants things. That's interesting. We gotta get 2 more forests out for 5 mana, which gives us 4. And they're untapped. I need 2 red mana though. Well, let's just go Fight with Fire. Alright, so we will kill Chieftain. Skirk Prospector for 1. And base. I'm at 6. 2, so down here, 2 there, everything else takes 1. Actually cancel real quick. So I actually have enough to kill everything here. Alright, so you. I'm at 6. Up there. Down here. I'll put it all onto the Grandy. There we go. Fight with Fire. Kill your entire board. And let's just hope you don't have another Muxus. Yes! We got it! We got Gobos! We just defeated the Gobos. Up against Tamunian, and I'm gonna keep this. This is, I immediately regret my decision, actually. I don't think this is a good hand to keep. My opponent's mulliganing like crazy. Going for the combo. I was figuring we already have a tap plan. If we hit a 2-drop, great. Otherwise, we get Halar on turn 3, which is what we're going for anyway. But then I realized the rest of this hand isn't looking amazing. But we'll make it work. Alright, opponent mulligans down to 4 cards. Keeping a slower land now, probably okay. Zerda means that it's probably an infinite combo of some sort. So Fight with Fire, just being able to kill one of the combo pieces like Zerda is going to be necessary. Doc stuff in. Oh, Treasure Hunt. Zenith Flare. They're going to discard all the lands and then Zenith Flare? What? Nice. That's actually brilliant. What? Okay, this is a sweet idea. They have a bunch of cycling decks, so they can cycle through to get more card draw to help dig for the treasure hunts. They go digging for more stuff. They play different lands out, so they try to play lands to make sure they hit red mana and white mana. There's the red mana. I am baffled and amazed. This is very interesting. All right, swing in down to 15, past the turn. I mean, some of our stuff is pretty dead now. I mean, Nissa into Fight with Fire still really difficult for them to deal with. Pass to my turn. Nissa.
I will protect the virtue of
Untap Mountain.
Behold, nature's
Swing
true
in.
power.
Down to 9, past the turn. The one nice thing Shivan Fire can be here is that we can end up killing the Oracle or Zerda here. But we actually have lethal on board, so there is that. Dude, Fight with Fire is just like crushing it here at this one. Alright, past to my turn. Play Rootbank Crag. Play Kicked Fight with Fire again. This is, how many times have we got this now? This is actually pretty sweet. I mean, that was the dream. We get a little bit more damage with Pilar as well, and Shablamo. There you go. All right, up against Tentamayo, and we do have Ozlith with Halar, so hey, this is a good enough hand. Keep this Ozlith. If we find another like something to play on turn 3, being able to actually start kicking would be pretty nice here. Another Grow from the Ashes is actually really nice. So play something on tap, pass the turn. Lands, give us lands. Actually, only one land is all we really need. Conspicuous Snoop. All right, up against the Gabos again. We play Pilar, or we try to get to Nissa, right? So try to get to Nissa. Play Forest, pass the turn. So yeah, land up the top would be bestest thing in the world. Not a shadow, whatever, shelter ticket. Not that one. Ruin Blaster, bring him down to 2 lands. Do Halar and do that the next turn. Let's do this. All right, so kick it. Yeah, destroy Castle and Breath. Back down to 2 lands. We have a good blocker. No attacks past the turn. I think that's a fair play. Fair turn. Even though we don't get the Halar going off, everything like that, that's fine. Hasty Cranko. Good thing they've got that. No blocks. That means Nissa is basically dead. Oh man, but if it can survive. Alright, let's go. Okay, Grow from the Ashes. Grab another Forest, I guess. Untamed Kavu. As just another blocker, pass the turn. I don't think we can actually finish this one out, but we'll see. The Cranko makes way more goblins. Goblin Matron digs for either. Oh, they had it on the top library. So if they had held up control, they could have made Snoop actually fire off with Cranko. That's 11 gobos. So we're dead on board, right? All right, good game. We're done here. That's fine. You done us in there, sir. And they had the Muxus. Of course, they've got the Muxus. All right, up against John Filmsia, and we're keeping this. We got the Llanowar, we get some ramp going for us. We actually get the Valar out on the battlefield as soon as possible too, which is pretty nice. We can actually start Rune Blastering on the next turn. That's not good for us. All right, let's go. Yeah, I would like to have removal here. We do have removal in the deck. We have 8 pieces that'd be great against this, but none in hand. Yeah, Halar, whoever is like, wait, what? This is a card that still exists? Yeah, I think. All that glitters. Oh, yes, there we go. That's great. These Rune Blasters are looking terrible up against the monocolor deck, though. I will say that. Alright, fight with fire. Hit the Spirit Dancer. Please resolve. Alright, they have the Gods Willing. Play the Ozlith, swing in with Halar, pass the turn. We'll do what we can, and that's about it right there. So the best card is just land to help hopefully start going Growth in the Ashes. Hopefully they don't gain too much life. But man, Core Spirit Dancer, yeah, that's bad. Alright, I mean, that's gonna happen. Like I said, this deck is definitely one that's like, I think that it can definitely win matches. It will win some, but there's also matches like this. Now we find this Shivan Fire. That's great. Alright. Yeah, let's destroy our own non-basic lands. Alright, and we're done here. Peace out. Goodbye. Have a nice life. We're moving on to the next one. Alright, up against Dodo, and we do have Untamed Kavu into Grow to the Ashes, Grow from the Ashes. So this hand may work out. Luris, if we're up against another Ara's deck, this will be very bad for us. But we're going to go ahead and keep it. This is a hand that we can have. Oh no. Yeah, definitely Ara's again. Yeah, that will probably be the end of us. I hate a land that we can destroy. It's a little bit better. Katusha Solidarity. Yep, now Kavu can't even block it. And we still aren't finding our lands. That's cool too. Oh no. Alright, if we can get to Nissa though, I think that we have a little bit better shot. If we can suddenly have a ton of extra mana and keep her alive for a turn or two and actually just go off with all this stuff, we can do pretty sweet stuff. Like destroy most of their lands. Alright, swings in. I feel like this is going to get bigger. They are going to draw a card here, but I'd rather block when it gets even bigger. And so we'll take it for this turn down to 15. I'm going to try to play the long game here. We'll see how that goes against this deck. Oh man. Alright, we did hit land. Land is grand. Alright, Grow from the Ashes. Grab. I guess we need to grab another mountain here. Because the Rune Blaster does require the stuff to kick. So we can start destroying lands on the next turn. No attacks, pass the turn. Oh man, alright. I was hoping they just kind of got stuck on 3. We can end up bringing them down to 1. Retouche of Knowledge gives it flying. Now we cannot block it. No reach here. And Sentinel's Eyes. Alrighty. And Curious Obsession. Okay then. Also, I have these new the new card sleeves from the new set as well on this, which is pretty nice. Guys, I am trying to play this deck for you. If you don't appreciate how much I'm putting into this for you, just subscribe, you know? This is what I do for you guys. Alright, play out Varric's Blade Weave, keeping ourselves alive for a turn. Potentially. No attacks, pass the turn. I think we actually say no blocks. We take it. They draw a ton of cards. I'd rather block when it's keeping us alive, or actually chump block at that point. There is a chance to have Nissa help us a little bit here. Brings lures to hand. That's cool. Plays land. Come on, land number 5. We can do it. I believe in you, deck. Alright. I believed in you, deck. Given fire. Yeah, we're done here. I just realized we can hit the All-Seed Bounty, then they give it Indestructible. Life's pretty bad. Alright, let's try to not run into that exact same deck. That'd be great. Alright, up against Daniel. And Untamed Kavus aren't the bestest. We have a lot of things that aren't the bestest in this deck. Honestly, I know I'm like hating on the deck, but the deck is built more around fun. And we're going to try to have fun and try to keep this to win the game. We'll see how it goes. Again, I do it so you don't have to. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. All that stuff. Up around tapped. Shivan Fire might be useful here. We'll see. It would have been nice. Alright, take it down to 19. I think we actually hold up. So play the Ozolith, play Shivan Fire. Cancel. Right. It always asks for the kicker cost. There we go. Kill him. Pass the turn. Okay, down to 18. Fight with fire is interesting. Alright, let's just go Untamed Kavu. I don't think I want to spend this to kill the Spectral Sailor right now. I'd rather get out counter spells as much as we can right now to try to get to Nissa. So we'll probably throw this out on the next turn if they actually have a good target for us. Trying to basically get it countered. It resolves, play Stomper Ground, tap, pass the turn. Very Vandal. Alright, down to 16. Swinging in with the Kavu. Basically trying to get them to hit in with something here. Alright, see if we can get them to counter. Let's see, they have card draw going for them. So let's go ahead and fight with fire, hit the Spectral Sailor. Fairy Vandal can start getting bigger consistently, but this can draw cards every single turn. So yeah, there we go. We got a counterspell out of the deck. That's what matters. Merfolk Trickster. 1 card left, 2 cards. The odds of it being counterspell are pretty low. They're not playing a land though, and we have 2 Nissas. Alright. I can kick the Untamed Kavu, that could also be okay. Not yet.
Power surges through these lands.
Go with a mountain. These are both vigilant creatures, which is pretty nice. They do have flyers in the air. Swing in. This is just whenever a creature leaves the battlefield with counters onto it. So if they do exile or bounce or anything like that, we're still okay. Down to 13. And we're going to be racing now. We've got a shot here. Wings at face. I'm expecting like the... What's its dude coming out here? Alright, block there. Seems like a really interesting attack. Maybe we should be blocking. Says oops. Is that a real oops or like, oops, I gotcha? I don't know. I think we actually got him. Alright, cool. Brazen Borrower. Wait. Hold up. Let me... That's cool. Alright, attack in first. Pilar could be pretty nice here. I'd rather get the Nissa again, so I'm attacking in first just to keep our damage getting through. They don't have a counterspell. Very interesting. Alright, bring out Forest. Play another Untamed Kavu. It doesn't have counters on it, but that's fine. Brazen Borrower. We have lethal on board. So they either have to start blocking or something here. We shall see. Furious Obsession, okay. Furious Obsession with Fairy Vandal is a good little combo. This seems like a budget version of Mono Blue, kind of. You don't typically see Fairy Vandal. It's probably a placeholder for Brazen Borrowers. All right, swing 6 at Nissa. Nissa does die.
Fight on without me.
Bring out a blocker here. How does that work for us? All right, swing in. I think that if something does die here, the Ozlith ends up winning it with us for Halar coming out next turn. So swing in. Spectral Sailor as a blocker. Cool. So I didn't have lethal with Nissa because I would have had to tap down my lands as well. Plays the dive down, has another blocker, so they did 6, so 7 here. Alright, Nissa number 2.
Strange and magnificent world. Behold, nature's true power.
And I think we got them. I don't see how they come out of this, especially with the Kavus having trample. They can't block with any of the 1 toughness things they've got there. Wings at face. Yeah, can't block anyway. They're going to lose a Curious Obsession, so better to go for the draw. Yeah, game over. Down to 2. Gets a draw card. And good game. It's land. I don't think they have any way of getting us here, though. Alright, Halar. And then we actually kick the Shivan Fire. Alright, good game. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Swing in. I wanted to get Halar and actually win with Halar. We had enough mana to be able to play it, take a Shivan Fire, get 1 counter onto Halar, deal 1 point of damage to their face. So we were so close to actually just having the combo. Alright, up against the Snappy. And we have a turn 2 growth, grow from the ashes, so lots of ramp, getting up to Veric's Bladewing pretty quickly. Ooh. Double growth from the ashes, a lot of ramp, getting up to double Veric's Bladewing very quickly. I like it. They're also going to be gaining life really quickly. I don't like that. Shivan Fire. This is actually where growth from the ashes becomes amazing. So because I believe the land comes in untapped. So Mountain. Shivan Fire now. Yeah, well, let's get rid of it now. Bishop Wing is going to be annoying, but we should be able to have a few blockers out here pretty soon as well. Free Splendid Angel. Oof. Alright, yeah, and the life gain here. That is a flippin' amazing combo. Alright, so yeah, I think we try to wait 1 more turn to get the double Veric's. So kicker this. I think it's just 2 forests because we have enough mountains now. Play Llanowar, lots of ramp. Not a lot of cards in hand though. That is an issue for sure. But we get to start doing big things. Let's see if that works. Fight with Fire would be amazing here. Gains enough life. Respond Angel does a lot more big things. No blocks. Alright. Down to 11. Yeah, this was like the most insane draw I've ever seen from this. The fact that they had to split Radiant Fountain and that. We were also kind of going off too though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so kick the Fight with Fire. We get to split up 10 damage between things. So 3 damage there. 4 and 3. Let's see here. Well, we're dead if we don't kill one of these bigger angels too, which then they create some tokens for it. Alright, so you hit face. Okay, select 3, so 3, 4, submit like that. We're still dead on board because we had to tap down the Llanowar Elves, and they had these guys come out. But we got the kicked fight with fire really quickly. Most matchups, that would end the game. When they have Resplendent Angel, what was it? Speaker to Heavens into Bishop of Wings, and Radiant Fountain on the same turn Resplendent Angel came out. Like, that is, I don't know if you can ever have a hand better than that, really. Like, that's so hard to beat. Alright, up against Babulion, and we have double Llanowar Elves, we have some ramps, so I like this hand. I think it's good. We're up against the Auras again, though, so that's great. Llanowar Elves, pass the turn. So I can either try to ramp up a little bit faster and get to Untamed Kavu really quickly, or we can try to go for... Oh, man, alright. Gain life, draw card, staggering insight, such a busted card. Let's just go Halar, I guess. Pass the turn. I suppose. The one issue with Kicker is that you can't really kick stuff until later in the game. So Halar comes out on turn 3, but then you have issues with it. This would be kind of a fun deck to build more like with Commander with a ton of ramp. But I don't know. And also just maybe finding other ways to put counters onto it. Because like that could be another way we go with it. Just put a ton of counters onto it, kick once or twice, and you have the game. So play Llanowar Elves. Swing with Halar. Yeah, so just swing with Halar. Down to 20, pass the turn. Drawing an extra card every single turn seems like it's decent. Sentinel's Eyes. Alrighty. All the glitters, because we have everything. Okay, not that, just more card draw. And land and all the glitters. Okay, that's fair. Gains more life. Yeah, this is an issue with these decks, is that they're decent. Alrighty. Selfless Savior. This takes 7 mana, so yeah, not quite there. We came to do a thing. We are doing a thing. And that's what matters. We got a 5/5 on the board. Yeah, not attacking. Pass the turn. Alright, well this is the first time we actually made Halar get counters with Kicker and do stuff, and we're dead. Yay! Yep. That's cool. If we had like Fight with Fire or Shivering Fire in the opening hand, we would have been able to fight this a little bit better. So I mean, part of it is a little bit of poor drawing. Part of it is that what we're trying to do is so much worse than that, and it's a really explosive deck. There are some Kicker cards in blue. I think that going Teamer with this could be interesting as well. Up against Garuda. Alright. People doing shenanigans. That is the best things we can face up against, right? We need untap land to go for the Kavu on the next turn. On turn 3. Oh, they only hit 1 with the Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt is very interesting. Okay. Alright. Grab Forest. Pass the turn. Treasure Hunt. It's half their deck. That's cool. Alright, so we have how many turns actually win? I probably will just go out with the Kavu or Allosaurus here. Just to start getting in for damage. They're discarding all their cards. This is a fun deck too. And this deck wants to run up against decks like mine that are dirtily, don't do a whole lot, and are just kind of silly and fun. Garuda in this is pretty interesting. Not seen that. It's a way to get out Thassa. Yes, and it's also an actual win con. All its spells. Polar. Polar is interesting. Alright, play out the Allosaurus. Swing in. We're just going to try to get damage flowing. This is a big boy. Azathoth's Oracle. 21 cards left. Brings back... Yeah, Mystic Sanctuary. That's good. I have a bunch of Mystic Sanctuaries. That's so annoying because I can't actually interact with those. This was like banned in several formats because of how powerful it is. Alright, play Halar, play Llanowar Elves, play Shelter the Thicket. Swing in. Halar can end up doing a decent amount of damage. Rune Blaster comes out with haste as well, so we can actually force through damage on this next turn. I think we actually get really 2 left, the exact amount left for a Thassa's Oracle. Alrighty then. That's cool. Impressive. Alright, so there you guys have it with the Halar Kicker deck. And the basic thing we found out is that Fight with Fire and Nissa are actually just, they're good together. Like, Fight with Fire kills so many creatures if it's not sent at face. If it is sent towards face, it's just really good. So I'm actually wondering if there should be like an Elf Ball burn type of deck again. With Nissa, with just all the different amount of mana that you can end up ramping up and doing funny things with. So, I don't know. There's a bunch of different interesting things you can do. Overall, the deck is fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.